check this out. Hey everyone, welcome to Rare Blend. I'm Ken. Today I am super excited to bring you basically what's a world exclusive. I'm going to show you a super rare car. It's never been filmed before. There have been dozens of articles written up online before. Plus, it was on the cover of Car and Driver magazine. But no one's actually documented this car on film or video. So this is the very first time it's ever been done before. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I can't wait to see this car. I did see it once 30 years ago. That was the last time I saw it. And then it just completely vanished. And then last summer, a gentleman contacted me and said, "Hey, I own this car." And I'm just like, what? When can I see this car? So, the pandemic has kind of delayed things a bit, but now, of course, we're going to be observing all the safety protocols and social distancing and all that fun stuff there. But let's get going on the road. It's going to be about an hour's drive to get up there, and I can't wait for you to see this car. So 1 hour and, well, it said 1 hour and 5 minutes has now turned into 1 hour and 40 minutes. Traffic has just been absolutely horrendous on the way up here. Just everyone's driving 20 miles below the speed limit in the left lane and not a care in the world. So yeah, so it was pretty bad coming up here. I'm still about 15 minutes away. GPS says about 10 miles, less than 10 miles, 15 minutes away. So let's get back on the road and keep going. Hey, so we finally made it up here, and before we go into the garage, just to let you know ahead of time that the owner has asked us to keep his information private, which we will definitely respect that. So unfortunately, I won't get a chance to interview him on camera, although he's given me a lot of good information beforehand, and while we're inside there, he's going to kind of walk me through a lot of the details about this car here as well here. So let's go check out this amazing car. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's been a long time, baby. Wow. I remember seeing this car back in the mid-90s, sitting at Coggin Honda in Orlando, Florida. One of the technicians that was working on this car called me and said, "Ken, you got to get down here now and see this car." And it's beautiful. Wow. A little dirty, but it looks just like the way I remembered it from back then. And it's still in good shape overall. I mean, looks great. Oh, look at this. Got the Mugen body kit on there from Japan. Look at that. Got your quad exhaust out the back. CR-X squared. We're going to get to the squared part here in just a minute here, but just taking a quick look on the outside here. So these wheels were added after the fact. Look at that wide body kit. You guys see that? You see that there? How the Mugen wide body kit's on there? I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh. So these were the original wheels that Racing Beat put on there. And unfortunately, the owner said that he had curbed 2 of them. So he got these other sets here, ATSs, to replace them, but he's missing 1 wheel. So, but yeah, just look at this. Wow. And we're gonna open her up here in just a minute here and take a look at what really makes this car so special. But yeah, I love this car. I love this car. Look at that. Beautiful. The car we're seeing today didn't always look that way. It actually had some very humble beginnings going back to 1983, when a guy named Don Sherman, who is the editor of Car and Driver magazine, had this crazy idea about putting two motors in the then brand new Honda CR-X coupe. So what do you do when you have a crazy idea like this? Why, you take it to Honda, and that's exactly what he did. So Don went to the president of Honda North America, Tom Elliot, and pitched his crazy idea to him one day. Surprisingly, Tom agreed to this strange project and arranged for Car and Driver to get a brand new 1984 Honda CR-X with its 1.5-liter motor and a 3-speed automatic transmission, as well as another additional 1.5-liter 4-cylinder to go into the trunk. Then the Southern California import tuner company, Racing Beat, teamed up with Car and Driver magazine to do the actual building of Project Synchronicity. And the final results were very impressive, with a now 152 horsepower coming out of the two 4-cylinder motors and a 0-60 time of 8 seconds, which, while it's not amazing, was a lot better than its original 11-second 0-60 time. So what do you do with your brand new finished project car? Well, you take it apart and do it all over again, but this time you drop in a bigger motor. So plan B was to drop the tiny twin 1.5-liter motors and go with two much larger 1.8-liter motors, which came from two wrecked Honda Accord SEIs, and also the transmissions, which were a 4-speed. Once again, Racing Beat worked their magic and swapped in the two larger motors, as well as installing brand new, larger MSW wheels and tires. They installed a brand new Mugen body kit from Japan, and also had custom Recaro seats installed. The CR-X was now called Super Synchronicity and was pushing 202 horsepower and 6-second 0-60 time, which was very impressive for 1984. This little car could blow the doors off any Corvette back in the day. Sadly, the day came when Car and Driver had to pay some bills, and they had to sell off their beloved CR-X. So it passed on to its second owner, and then passed on to another owner, and eventually worked its way across the United States till one day, in 1996, a man in Florida named Joe Dunlap picked it up at an auction. So here is the inside of the CR-X here, and it looks fairly normal for this year's CR-X here. Typical gauges there on the dashboard there. But then when you look down here, you've got a few extra gauges here. And here are the special gauges, courtesy of Racing Beat. You've got 2 tacks, one for each motor. Then you've got 2 water gauges, water temp gauges. You've got 2 oil pressure gauges there. And then 2 oil temperature gauges back there. So we got a full armrest of information right here that you don't normally have on a CR-X, or any car for that matter there. This car has also got beautifully upholstered Recaro seats here, which you don't normally see in the CR-X. And then that's where the other motor is back there. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. So under the hood here, where the normal motor should be, but instead of a 1.5-liter that these cars came with originally, it has a 1,831 cc Honda Accord motor. This is out of the Honda Accord SEI. And the funny story about this motor and its twin on the other side here is that it was being carried on a train, and the train wrecked. So apparently the cars on board were damaged as well. As a result, American Honda actually donated 2 of the Accord motors to this project, to Racing Beat, to build this project car. So now that you've seen what they have up front, let's go take a look at the back end and see what makes this car really special. Check this out. So things are a little different on this CR-X. Here's some of the telltale signs right there. Well, you do have a spare tire, not in its normal place though, and you've got this big box here, which I was informed by the owner are held down by Shelby GT pins here. So let's take a look. Well, here, let's take a look at this first container there. There we go, access panel there. And then, let's see if we can slide this out. This is really cool. Again, you'll never see this pretty much on any other CRX. This, as far as I know, this still has not been done. There is a Del Sol in Europe that apparently tried this a few years ago. But there is the other Accord motor right there. And there you see Racing Beat on there. So you've got a second motor. That's really cool. That is really cool. I mean, even if it just had the motor back here, it would be cool. But the fact that you have two motors, you can see all the framework they had to put in for the motor in there. And the fuel cell, which the owner says is going to need to be replaced. The fuel cell there, and the pump, I'm sure, as well, since the car had been sitting for a while. But that is just amazing right there. Very cool, very cool. Well, guys, that is it. That is a very rare sneak peek into this twin-engine Honda CR-X. And I have to thank the owner, Joe, right now for allowing me to come in today and take a look at this beautiful car here. It was so good to see it again after all these years, 25 years since I last saw it before. And if you're watching this and you're saying to yourself, man, I would love to buy that car, you are in luck, because as of recording this video here, February of 2021, the owner is selling the car. It is currently for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and he may be listing in other places later on. But feel free to message him and ask any questions or put in a bid, and this beautiful car could be yours. You won't have to worry about anybody else at Cars and Coffee rolling up with the same car that you've got there. All right, guys, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you guys following along here. I hope you enjoyed this special look, and don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and drive safe.